an art stream. I did it on Discord, and I was looking through the Clip Studio store for brushes that I could use for actual painting. Nothing I would use for the graphic design stuff that we're doing, but stuff that I could use for painting. And ended up finding some really nice brushes that I'm excited about. But we're probably, you guys will decide what we're working on. Actually, let's see. Where is Le Pole? Emotes. Okay, cool. I'm happy with that. We need to, yeah, we're working on Miko Sip, I think. Yeah, we're working on Miko Sip. Or we call it Miko Nito. Let's see. Yeah, emotes win. Okay, not furry porn today. Dodged. Fucking saved by June. All right, there we go. Let's put on some jazz. There we go. All right, let's put on some jazz. Let's get working on a emote. Miko Sip. .clip. Ah, that's what we were looking at before. Okay, let me. Yeah, no furry porn chat. Sorry. Apparently, there's a demand for that. Yeah. Apparently, there's a demand for that in our community. Lothan isn't even here to vote on it. Whoa. All right. Let's see. I need to get a stream deck. We need to copy one of these guys over. Let's see. Copy you. You. Perfect. All right. This is going to be, probably should take over. Oh, here we go. No, let's just do a custom one. Let's see, work. Oh, God, I can't type this fucking thing up here. Hold on. Working on channel graphics, emotes, and merch. Uwu. Let's put an uwu in there. I think that's good. That's on brand. Let's do it. Dicks would get me banned anyway, so let's be honest, chat. If we're gonna do dicks, it's on Discord, not here. Dicks get in the way all the time. They do, dude. Envious of more petite friends at times. No, Drew, go to bed. Go to bed, dude. There will be plenty. I'm sure there'll be plenty of screenshots for you in the Discord when you wake. Okay, so we were looking at Miko Sip, right? This is part 2, of course, for those of you on YouTube. We had started with a design where we wanted to take the existing Miko Nito, which I feel like I should bring in just so we have it. And you see a reference. I'm sure we did that before, but it's always good to look back at the original material. We were deciding sort of what is the emotion, what is being captured in the emote. It's very important to always have a purpose for it. It's not just something you're making to make it. It should always be communicating and expressing something specific. Even if it is multiple things, it should have a specific concept that it captures and crystallizes perfectly within your branding. That's what the emote is meant to do. So if we are remastering an emote, then we should be capturing the success that the original had, right? And deciding really what do we want this concept to be. So let's go into our emotes and let me grab Miko Nito. It's this boy. See if we can bring him in. It's this. This is him. This is one of our first vector emotes we did. Is Coco sipping on a bottle of Jack, and believe me, it actually isn't too terribly far from what I'm drinking tonight. You see a dick drawn in the bottom right-hand corner of the stream? Fuck you, Emil. All right, so there's Miko Nito. This is sort of an anti-emotion, if you will. You know, he's not saying anything, and it's almost the face of, I could say something or I'm thinking something, but I'm not saying it. That's sort of what this captures to me. In I think a good way. Let me close this down. So if we want to keep that same emotion, we can. If we go over here, it seems like we are definitely getting some of the same elements, but I can already tell you just looking back at this, and I believe this is stuff that I talked about in the past too. There are some very undeniable and I think unsolvable problems with this composition. It's not necessarily tangent lines. Our tangent lines are looking pretty good here. In fact, I don't think we have very many at all. Our problem is that anytime we have two lines jutting up against each other like this, running parallel or doing something like that, this ends up becoming an impossible problem once we scale it down to 28 pixels. You got to remember that we're doing 28 pixels. That's it. There's not a lot you can actually do in 28 pixels. And if you have an area like this, if you have an area like that, that will not exist anymore when you get down to that level. It will just end up a blurry, muddy mess, and this whole area will just be a fucking nightmare. Meanwhile, this area would be a nightmare as well. Between the eye and the straw, there needs to be a significant enough distance that we get at least 1 pixel of white between the straw and his eye. Right? We need at least 1 white pixel in between them. If we don't have that, it ends up just being sort of ES sort of blended together within a pixel and a half or so, and that's what creates muddiness. So we want to make sure that there's enough distance between these objects that we're always going to have the ability to differentiate them at that 28 pixel scale. This is not going to work. Nothing about this is going to work. This entire emote needs to be scrapped. We need to start over again. I like the concept. I like this concept. I think it's still going to be too hard to execute at 28 pixels and look good, although we probably can make it work if we move with proportions a little bit. This could also work, but I don't know that I like the concept as much looking at it now. It's very important when you're working on art, unless you're very confident in what you're doing. If you get to a point where you're like, I'm not sure, fucking walk away from it if you can. Walk away, come back the next day, sleep on it, then come back again. Your eyes will see things that you were not able to see when you're in the middle of it. Because usually when you're in the middle of it, you're thinking about this stuff over here. But when you come back to see it again on fresh eyes and not in the middle of it, you're going to be able to just focus on the upfront, is it successful or not? And you're obviously and often going to see the glaring issues that you couldn't see before because you were just too close to it. Can't see the forest, the trees kind of situation. And that is exactly where I think that we were with this concept. I'm just going to merge it all together. And then we're going to hide it. It doesn't exist anymore. We are going to look at our notes. And this is why I save our notes, by the way. You may be asking yourself, why keep a layer you're not going to use? Because, bitch, we're not done with it. We don't know yet. So this is just teaching you guys, obviously how we want to get what are the words, the phrases, the emotions, or the moods that are captured in the emote. We do, yeah, okay, cool, cute, and playful is sort of our emotion, our aesthetic, our style. But that's every Coco emote is cute and playful. Those are 2 things that should be present in every single one of them for sure. Sipping the tea is Dwinkies. That's good. Perfect. Never delete, just hide for later. Yep, that's right. Unless you are sure that what you're looking at is never going to be of use to you again, yeah, get rid of it. Or keep it, yeah. So the yeah, okay, cool definitely feels to me like a thumbs up emote, It definitely feels to me like a thumbs up. This, I feel, is more a capture of this concept than anything that has to do with sip. Which the reason we originally had it was because, frankly, Baru had just made his sip emote for the first time. And it was like, oh, fuck yeah. We can make a Coco version of sip, and it would be cuter because he'd have a bottle of Jack, which is it's ironic, it's on brand. That's not what a bottle of Jack looks like. And we'd give him his little straw, which is the point, and then we'd have Coco doing what he does best, getting up to mischief. And any time is going to be fine. Nito, so Leander says Nito is pretty much exactly as we've labeled it, like Nito, where if you have no emotional investment, but you're acknowledging what someone said, yes. And that's why it's kind of like this, yeah, okay, cool. It's an acknowledgement without necessarily being emotionally invested. Could the sip emote be more of a sus doubt? Could you give me an example of what that would look like? Because we could do something where, something like this. He's got those narrow eyes. Looks like a fucking creeper. Something like that. Squint eyes, yeah, we could do that. I mean, either one of these I think would be pretty good. It just depends, what do we want the emotion to be? People do talk with their hands as well. That's true. That's why I think that if we're gonna do the yeah, okay, cool, it almost feels like it would be you know, a Miko TU thumbs up accessory emote, that it is just the thumbs up. You know, and then we could have a sister emote that is Miko no? Or Miko na, you know, something like that. Very simple. Very simple. It's very much a Minecraft face the more I look at it. You know, do we need the thumbs up to be in the image, which sort of forces it to have a hand in it, you know, as opposed to leaving it as an accessory emote in one of our many slots that we have. That could be the thumbs up and thumbs down. That I think would be very good. And I'm wondering if these could be so basic that we end up using these as voting emotes. We put them in Better Twitch TV and everything. But we have the people that would have them for spending bits on the channel, which is what these accessory emotes are meant to be for. Their hands that you can attach to a normal Coco face emote, that in any permutation of combinations you want to put out there, any number of hands and arms, you know, into any one of the base face emotes, you can create a story or a series of ideas through the mixing and matching of these parts and create a modular emote suite. It's exactly what we're trying to do here. Letting the sub emotes be all of the faces and letting all of the bit emotes be the hands and other accessories and props that we can have Coco holding. The idea, I think, working very well. This would also allow us, if we were to do the thumbs up and thumbs down, it would contain the entire concept that Miko yeah and Miko no, which we have, the yes and no designated emotes, which never get used. This would allow us to capture both of those concepts without having to also attribute an emotion, because you could do a smile and thumbs down, which I think is good. We do have Miko K with peace sign, but I need to get rid of that. That emote right there I want to get rid of, because I do know that that sign can be misused to mean white power, even though it's literally just okay. I don't want that to ever be misused in that way. It's another reason there are a couple other emotes that are getting removed. Not like they're getting remastered, but the old ones are not sticking around anywhere. It's also Miko Gun and Miko Gunner. Both of those are going to be made into squirt guns, so they do not resemble an actual firearm, because we don't want that to happen. There's going to be a school shooting. It's going to be a number of school shootings because we're not doing anything about it. And I don't want my emotes to ever be used in a way that could cause or exacerbate existing traumas. So I want to make it a squirt gun, which most other emoji suites that have guns have turned them into, like alien blasters and stuff like that. It's a gun, but it's not a gun, you know? So just in trying to stop the emotes from being abusable in that way. Yeah, doing that. John People, you're right. Absolutely. The whole okay hand meaning white power was a troll on 4chan. I know that, but I don't want there to be a situation in which it could be misconstrued by people who don't know. Or, I don't know. Who's to say that won't come back again? Yeah, I know, June. I know it's it's a troll, and yet there are enough people who don't know it's a troll that it could be misconstrued to be problematic. I don't know. There's enough of an overlap. I think there's enough, like if there was a 0 to 100% chance that emote could be abused in that way, or become a problem or something I have to answer for. It's non-zero for sure. Would I put it as high as 50? No. Would I put it as high as 30? Probably not, but maybe somewhere in the 10s or 20s. Do I think over the course of my entire career is that ever going to become a thing? I think there's a 20 to 30% chance that it would, and that's too high for me. That's too much of a risk for something that isn't necessary, you know? So I'm planning to get rid of Miko K, that okay hand, because we also don't need it if we do a thumbs up. It serves the same function. It serves the same function. I would rather have the thumbs up and thumbs down pair that serves the same function as that other one, but cannot be misconstrued. Yeah. Leandro's right. These symbols, even if it is a troll, it doesn't matter. The language of symbolism is one in which the connotation of a word or the connotation of a symbol can be changed, even if only a minority of people recognize it in that way. there is a % chance of people who would recognize it that way, or it would enable them to participate in the gag. It would allow them to use my emotes to participate in that troll, which I think is doing more harm than good. I don't want to enable them to do that. When you are in, it's kind of the burden of a broadcaster, and I think the difference between an amateur and a professional, and there's no way to say that without looking like a gigantic douche, but really, in any field, the difference between an amateur and a professional, someone who's doing it for their passion. Amateur is not an insult. I don't like that word is used to insult people. Amateur means somebody who's doing it because it's their passion. They're doing it just because they want to. Often, amateurs are more valuable than professionals in some cases, because the professionals can get burnt out because they have to do it. Whereas the amateurs can be extremely skilled hobbyists that aren't doing it for a job. They are amateurs, but they are doing it at such a high quality that if they wanted a job, they'd be damn good. And that's for a lot of skill-based work. Not that there isn't unskilled work. Not that there is unskilled work, I mean. But anyway, sorry, fucking rambling, ADHD brain. In any case, language can be changed. There is a % of people who would recognize that as a symbol of hate, or would participate in the irony of calling it that, even if they don't believe it, right? I just don't want it to be a thing, you know? So I'm talking in circles, you know? But we have a responsibility as a broadcaster to understand that what we put out into the world is going to be seen and is going to be consumed by other people. And I think that we have a responsibility, an ethical responsibility, to try and present our material and our media in a way that helps, doesn't hurt, and doesn't enable people to hurt either. So my responsibility is to remove any tools that could allow anything in my branding, especially because I don't want him to get corrupted. I don't want this boy to get corrupted. If I lose the ability to use, I mean, think about what happened to Pepe for a while. As part of that troll, they tried to turn Pepe himself into a sign of white supremacy, which is bullshit. But it ran on actual news stations like it was a thing for a while. There are people that will recognize Pepe as a white supremacist symbol. Fucking feels bad, man, right? Even though anybody who knows anything about it knows it couldn't be farther from the truth. Pepe is just it's the modern everyman. That's what he is. He is the absolute ubiquitous representation of people on the internet, and great. And could be nothing further from that. But there are a percentage of people who will see that and recognize it instantly as a problematic figure, right? I don't want that to happen with Coco. I don't want that to happen with that. I would lose control of the image, which is the nightmare anything has. Yeah, only good boy Cocos. Yeah, we don't want to do anything that's going to cause him to be problematic. That's another reason that we don't have there are certain emotes or certain concepts that I don't want him to have. I don't want Coco to be sexualized ever. The only reason that we have a butt emote is because it's cute. It is not a sexual thing. I don't want it to be used sexually, but it's on the cusp. A lot of these things may be innuendo, but they're not sexual. God, that sounds like a fucking idiotic things to say. They are sexual innuendo, but they're not anything other than attempting to be cute, teasing. They're not explicit. They're not sincerely sexual. And that's important to me, is I don't want to do anything that's going to make Coco too adult. At the same time, I don't want him to be branded as a child. That's one thing I could criticize about Baru's community, is that his panda is so childlike. And it's not like it's a deliberate choice he's made, you know, and it's criticism not in the sense that he's done something wrong or that his community has done something wrong, but it is the result of his history and the history of his channel using it, and how the idea has morphed over time, where he has emotes that are this character of a panda that are so childlike that using them almost encourages his chatters to revert to a childlike mentality and behavior. And how do you balance that line? How do you balance that? How do you have young, carefree, fun, dramatic, spirited, all those things, and then not turn them into a child? I think handing them a juice box is a mistake. Giving him a bottle of Jack and doing that is fine. Make him ageless. Don't let him ever be considered a child. I don't want Coco to ever be seen as a child. He's not. He's a 47-year-old investment banker, just like the rest of us. I'm trying to be very specific with the branding of Coco, that he is an ageless eldritch horror with infinite arms. Ageless, can do whatever he wants. You know, he is meant to capture the spirit of an adult that is tired of being an adult. But that doesn't mean that they want to be a child. They're just tired of being responsible. Coco is the embodiment of I don't fucking care anymore. I don't care anymore, but I'm not giving up, you know? He's not depressed. He's just, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. I'm gonna live for me now. I'm gonna be selfish and indulge in myself and do what I want. And that's the idea. He's just rampantly self-indulgent. And I think that is something that I think the internet at large would gravitate toward, is that emotion of, fuck it, I'm gonna do something for me for a minute. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna do something I want to do. And I want this community to be the place that they go to do that with, you know? And this is probably more thought than maybe most other people have put into their branding, but I think it's part of the reason that we've been successful, is that we are capturing the right energy and we're making it available to people. And that's why I put so much thought and effort into the emotes, because we really want to capture that spirit very specifically. And we need to be able to communicate that to people who don't know us. That's the challenge of graphic design, is somebody looking at this for the first time needs to immediately understand what's going on. That's a tall fucking order, given that I am not a graphic designer. But I am an artist, so, you know, there's a little bit of overlap that I can attempt to do this kind of stuff. But God help me, I certainly probably would get better results with somebody else handling this. However, I like doing it myself. I have a lot of control over it. I can at least make the examples that set the standard, and then I can hire other artists to come in and make more for me, you know? In any case, you see Coco like 16, the perfect gremlin age? Yeah, that's fine. Late 20s is also fine too, like solidly adult, you know? Yeah, I mean, and I do acknowledge it's inevitable that someday we will see Rule 34 in Coco. It's okay. I've already accepted. I knew the day that I decided I was going to have a mascot, the very day I said, you're going to see Coco porn. It's going to happen. And I'm going to throw up in my mouth when it happens. But yeah, the furries will take a toaster and make a fucking porn out of it, you know? It's a rule of the internet. It's a rule of the internet. You got to get used to it. You can make a stick figure if you have to draw. You can't make a stick figure if you have to draw. Meaning like you're better than that, or you can't even make a stick figure. I bet you could do better than the stick figure. In any case, I am actually struggling myself with what I want. Because here's the thing about a remaster. Miko Nito, I originally made just for the fuck of it, because I saw Baru had a sip emote, and I was like, you know what? It'd be really cute if Coco had a bottle of Jack Daniel's whiskey, and he just had a straw going into the bottle, and that made me laugh, and I was like, fuck, let's make an emote. It wasn't designed to capture a concept. That's also why the emote never gets used, by the way. You know? Oh, if you're forced to draw, you can't draw for crap. No, that absolutely, yeah, I get that for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, once you're inspired, it's like a work of art. I get that. It's very much how I operate with my personal work, for sure. Yeah, I've historically struggled with commissions because if I don't like your idea, I don't want to do it. There was a time in high school, actually. There was a children's book author who was a friend of the teacher, and I was in Art 4, and I was selected to do the illustration. Obviously accepted the job. Embarrassingly, I just didn't do it. Between what I now know as ADHD, I forgot that the project existed for about a month, and then I got reminded about it and had not made any progress when it was due a month later. I did do all the illustrations for this children's book, and I had not started anything. I had no idea even what the concept was. I hadn't read the book or anything. It was a fucking nightmare. Anyway, I start scrambling, of course. And I read the book, and it's just a shitty book. It was a shitty story. It was a bad story. It was like, it was okay. It was children's literature. I unilaterally do not appreciate children's literature. I don't get it myself. Because I'm not a child. I'm not a child psychologist. I'm not somebody who understands developmentally what a 3-year-old needs for literature. I don't care. It doesn't grab my attention. It doesn't interest me. It is not at all what I want to do with my life. So when I read the story, I was so fucking bored with it. I was like, I don't know what any of this looks like. I had no mental image of what was happening with any of the plot points. And just didn't end up happening. Another 3 weeks went by, and I was just like, I got nothing. I know I'm not going to have anything to turn in by the time she comes looking for what I've produced. I've produced nothing. I'm embarrassed by that story because it's one of the few times in my life where I have just fully fucking failed when I didn't have to. If I was sick, I was 17. I was 17. Still regret it, man. But still, man, I can see that. If I just don't like your concept, it's going to be very hard for me to have the kind of passion that produces good work. I mean, I can do it mechanically, but it will feel mechanical, and the quality will just not be as high. As an adult professional, yes, I will produce it, but man, if I don't vibe with your concept, it's going to be harder for me to produce a really good piece. And my most successful commissions I've done in the past, or the works that I've done that I've sold the highest, have been things that I made just because I really fucking felt it in the moment, and that stuff was always more successful. Yeah. You think Nito worked with the vector because it was kind of blank? Yep, okay. Yeah, I get it. I do. I think that the lack of character that comes with just using vectors as opposed to the hand-drawn, right? The hand-drawn is going to have a lot more character. It's going to be hard not to have emotion in there. We've just got to decide, is Miko Nito even what we want to work on here? Like, is this the emote we want to work on? I'm almost saying that this is the emote that we're not really using. It's an emote that, even though I think we could improve it and make it better, I think we're searching so much for what we want it to be. The lack of a concept is the problem. There's nothing I can create from this point that is going to then be good. That couldn't be better done by another emote that has a little bit of overlap, This emote, I suspect what we're seeing right now is that this emote exists here, and we would be better off not making it and then just making the two separate emotes that capture the other ideas that make it, and then having two better emotes instead of one that's kind of like, eh? Yeah. Oh, that guy, really? He says, this brings me back to boot camp. They had us draw in a concept for a flag for our division. I did so horribly. The inspector flipped through my drawing notebook and said, why didn't you draw something like this? Oh boy. Hey, our Stream Raiders battle's ready to go. Hey, Drew. Is Drew here still? Or has he gone to bed? Has the burrito claimed him? If he's here, we'll do the battle. If he's not, we'll wait. Oh, he's here. Okay. Let's go ahead and do our battle real quick while I think what we're going to do is get a poll. And then, chat, you can vote on a different emote we can work on. I wanted to pick up from that point, but I think decidedly it's going to be the best course of action that we just say, let's shelve that idea for now. We've explored it, I think, pretty thoroughly. That emote, I think, is not going to pan out the way that we want it to. Better off that we look at something else. Okay, so let's go ahead and push that button, and let's do Stream Raiders real quick. It should pull up on top of what we're doing. I don't think it's going to do that. Let me go back to, hold on, studio mode. You have to stay up more? No, you don't, Leandri. Go to bed. Go to bed. Oh, thanks for the units there, Quatchy. Good to see you, man. Got to get that EXP. Okay, last one for sure then. Sorry, guys. I didn't know you were actually just going to stay up to do that. I'll feel bad now. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at Turnip Pen. There we go. Let's see. Get a layer that we can actually draw on. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to get you guys a poll. In this poll, I have to fix game and title again. Yeah, we do. I got to remember to do that after every time we click Stream Raiders. I'm not used to having to do that. Okay. So good deal. Let's go ahead and get a poll out there for one emote we want to use. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually just going to go to a people poll. I'm gonna go to a people poll. Chat, you've got access to all of the Better Twitch emotes as well. You've got access to all the Better Twitch emotes as well as all the sub emotes, okay? I want you to spam the emotes or emote that you want to be remastered because I'm going to do this. This is our people poll, right? Everything you put in chat's going to go down here in that left side. So it's just going to see those emotes now that I've connected. It's going to see those emotes. So it'll give me a list of the most used emotes in chat. So basically same as GeoGuessr rules. Whatever you want us to do a remaster of, you get the choice. You just got to spam my chat to do it. So you can see all of the Better Twitch emotes if you're like, which fucking emotes? You can either do command emotes right there. They're showing up right here in front of us. Or you can look at below the stream, there's a panel that has all of my emotes, Better Twitch TV and on Twitch. You can see them there. There we go. Hey, thanks for that emote spam. Nice choppy boy, getting those units down. Thanks for playing as well, June. Appreciate you guys jumping in, man. This is fun. I like Stream Raiders. I've wanted to get it into the channel for a very long time now. Shout out to them again for reaching out for this sponsorship opportunity that fast-tracked me to the affiliate that gives us our banner skin. And if we can get that up to 30 skin sales, then we'll have a full-body Coco. And from that point, we just fucking take over the platform. I'm seeing Miko High, Miko Ah is in there, Miko Hands is in there as well. Hands could definitely afford to be remodeled again. Miko High is actually the first Coco emote I think I made. I'm pretty sure Miko High is the first Coco emote. You can tell how old it is because it has the glittery eyes, the glistening eyes. I'm gonna close my poll in 2 minutes or so. Just sit back and chat for a minute, y'all. Oh. Looks like Miko High is winning right now. I'm almost wondering, and hear me out, if we make Miko High a hand... What the fuck was that? A hand emote. Yeah, maybe like right there is good. That is... Oh, that's going to be painful. You know? We make it an animated emote. We make an animated accessory emote like that. I do like the idea that there is one emote that's just high. Even if it does eventually get animated itself, which I think would be good to do. Because now that we're going to have 5 animated emote slots, like we got to find 4 other animated emote slots we want. Now we're going to have, Leandro, we're going to have 5 slots for animated emotes. I'm pretty sure. At least 1, which definitely will be jammies. But then 2 through 5 could be other things, like a waving Miko High. Jazz hands, that could be good. Affiliate starts with 1 and can get up to 5. We have the max emote slots for affiliates, so we should be able to get there. At one point, we had 460 sub points. Can y'all believe that? I can't fucking believe that anymore. We used to have a shitload of subs. Yeah. You would be for more hand emotes. I mean, let me show you real quick. Let me just show you. Let's see. Dashboard. Let me show you what the emote page looks like, just so you guys know. There's nothing in the thing that says I can't show you this. Viewer rewards, emotes. Let me just show you my page. You ready? I'm about to show cock, dude. Ugh. There we go. Hold on. Where's the button? There's my button. Okay. So you can see this is it. We're 6 out of 9 right now because we added in... No, we didn't add in a basic one, did we? We did, yeah, we added blep. That's right. Yes, we don't have any animated emotes. If we try to upload one, it says specifically not animated. It doesn't tell me when the emotes are coming, the animated emote slots, and they're not here, of course. But we have all these slots for accessory emotes like Miko K, Miko SC, which is definitely Scared Chicken. It's what it is, it's Scared Chicken. It's also Squishy Chicken. Any of those are good. So we've got any of this, and we've got different viewers that have given this many bits over the lifetime of their account, which does count for the bit soundboard, by the way. So it's not just like giving me bits. If you use the bit soundboard, you're working toward these accessory emotes. Not my system. But it is how they have it, and as long as they give us more emote slots, yeah, we're gonna use them. So we're probably gonna put like, you know, we'll decide what emotes go where. I mean, maybe we'll put Miko SC over here as the first one, but who knows? We've got these slots here. We've got 6, 7, 8 now open. I think, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna call you out, but yeah, we do have one person who likes our soundboard very much. And has this slot available, so I'm not sure what I want to put there, but we're going to continue getting more over time as well. But anyway, no, we've got these slots, so we've got plenty of hand accessory emotes or prop emotes that we want to be able to put in. That's not just the faces, which we do have several of, you know. I think Miko Salute remains one of the most successful emotes that we have. I wish I could zoom in on it. Let me see it at a higher level. Okay, never mind. Let me do that. In any case, that's what that looks like. So this is kind of what we're looking to remaster. Is I want to look at these and make them better. Look at these, make them better. Especially Miko RG, man. That one needs some fucking help. I'm not even sure what I would do differently with it. I'm playing with these bottles of polish. You want to see the new color I got? It is a green. Focus, you bitch. That's what I tell my brain every day. It's a nice green. It's a different color for you guys than it is to me. I think it's really nice. Then we've got a really rich royal blue, which looks like black to you. Sorry, Chad, it's not. It's royal blue. And then, not a royal blue, it's a very, very deep.
My dick.
My dick, that's right. It is the deepest dick that I could find. And I think it's going to look really good. For some reason, my roomie's got... Because I'm doing my nails now. Like, they look awful. Look at that. I need to get them done. They're chipping and everything. But there's a glittery variety of blues in here. I don't know if it will let me do that. A glittery variety of blues that I think will be a nightmare to apply. But hey, there it is. We could do Miko Focus. What would that be? You know? What would that be? Describe. Draw it on a sticky note. Okay. So it looks like the people poll settled with Miko High. We need to decide, though, if we want that to be a single emote where it's, you know, probably the exact same thing, just updating it. I like the idea of his head being kind of canted a little bit. So he's like really fucking reaching to get his hand up there. And then once we animate it, we have this entire real estate to be able to get his hand to go. And I think he's just going to be... The regular arm is going to be out there, and then he's going to be really fucking going for it with his hand in either case. Yeah, in any case, I think that's going to work really well. And then we got his hand. Obviously, it'll have to be a little bit bigger than this. But I definitely think that that ends up being sort of the animation arc that we want to go for Miko High there. Angry face with riding crop slapping a desk. Damn, Drew. Yeah, we could do, honestly, Miko Sessi probably would be something like... Oh, Jesus. This is why I draw it like this. Oh my God. This is just a nightmare today. I cannot draw Coco. Oh, wow, I really can't draw him. How would I even draw this? Hold on. Yeah, and then like fill in, of course. Bit like this face, just obviously enlarged. Probably could just do it really quick. I've drawn his head fucking awfully, but I can be fixed. All right. We just get this bad boy down here. But just like really low. Almost like Miko 4. Just scale that shit up, you know? Even just let his horn go off the frame there. You know, something like this. I think that could be good. I definitely think that angle works best there. Thick old eyebrows and a honker. Oh, then chiseled jawline. Hell yeah, dude. What a fucking nose. This man's got a face of legend. No Coco noses. I promise no Coco noses. There we go. You know, but something like this. Goddamn nose. There we go. Yeah, it's very simple. You know, you don't have to work too hard to get a really good nose in there. But the classic is just boop. Always ruins it 10 times more. From Go to JoJo in under 10 seconds. There you go. I mean, honestly, this is something that could just be like, you know, not exactly like that, but you know what I mean. Like, we let it go off of the frame a bit. I think it'd work fairly well. But just as a general idea. Obviously, it wouldn't be like this. It probably would be up there. It probably wouldn't go off the frame. Probably would come back like this and then just be flushed down to the edge there. Although this wouldn't be meaningful distance back here. I mean, we talked about meaningful distance. That probably wouldn't be meaningful distance at 28 pixels. So it probably wouldn't end up being that either, but you know, there's the idea. And obviously not that face, but if we were to take that and shrink it down as a concept layer, we could do something where really the shape is just gonna be a teardrop on his side. You know? Like that, very much like that. But maybe a little bit more exaggerated. It's gonna be hard to get the exaggeration of that shape in a way that is gonna look good at 28 pixels. We'll see. There we go. You've been playing, was it Minecraft? Minecraft Eternal? What is that? MC Eternal? What are you talking about? All right. I mean, I definitely like this face. This is a face Fern makes at me all the time. Ah, My Cock Eternal. Got it, Drew. Thanks, man. It's a mod pack for Minecraft. Oh, fuck, that makes me want to build my manor some more. I should show you guys updates of my manor I've been building. Things are going well. I put the roof on. The copper takes fucking ages to actually oxidize, but it's in progress. Is it sus or is it more what? You know, I'm not sure, and I feel like I like not knowing either way, you know? Hey, Liam.
You and me are gonna be best friends forever. I hope you have a very good 2022, Nico.
Man, we will. This time tomorrow, I should be finished editing the updates video that's going to tell you guys what my plan is for 2022. All of it's going to start in March, so we've got all of January, all of February to build up to that, sort of playing around, prerequisite kind of stuff, just dicking around before the show really opens in March. I'm really excited about it. So, yeah, I appreciate your support, brother. It's going to be great. I hope you guys will continue to join me as we continue our conquest of the internet, and it's going to be good. Coco Minecraft sounds terrifying. I would love to have, oh, by the way, we're 4 out of 3 now. If we were to be 6 out of 3, we'd spin the wheel again. And that wheel could get you any number of things, including my dick. So that's good. And I appreciate your sub, man. That's very nice. 11-month streak. You're almost up to a full year. Fuck, man. Nice. I think 1 year ago is when we were in the middle of our, right at the beginning of our hiatus or right at the end of our hiatus after Twitch jerked us around. When was that? God, what was I doing last December? I think it's right before we got fucked over. I think it's right before the last result came in. I can't remember anymore. It doesn't matter. It is irrelevant now. Oh, that's a good swoosh. You know, we really could do, because his eyes are circles, but if we were to do something with a real strong flat line like that, I think that could work very well. And I think both eyes would actually just be the same shape. If we could get that just straight across right there, would be very good. Miko SC, Miko love. You know, and then we use this other line to come in and cut it like that. This really does look like a Baru Panda right now. This is very much something he'd do, except his guys would have like these giant white dots there for the glistening eyes. Oh, have we just discovered Miko yelling? Coco. I think that's cute as fuck. I mean, obviously get rid of the glistening. That's Baru's thing. Oh. See, we want Coco to be chibi. We want him to be cute. But we're not doing what Baru is doing. We're not just making reskinned Baru emotes like a lazy motherfucker. We're also not just reskinning Pepe's like a lazy motherfucker. We're making our own concept. The success of Baru's emotes are that they're simple, right? They're simple. It's hard to do simple in a way that is also different from other people. That's just a rule of nature. Hold on. I did Control D for duplicate. No, that's deselect, you dumb cunt. All right. Well, that was rude to me. I don't need to be so rude to myself. Oh, he's so sad. Oh, no. He doesn't need to be so sad. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Coco is not sad. He's not a sad boy. He's not a sad boy. You know, I think that works very well. Kind of get rid of that. Oh, shit. Giving them eyebrows. I think that could be work. He's not sad. He's angry. Yeah, similar to that one. That's right. That could be good. Is this the new Miko RG? It could be. I do think that this might be like Miko Hey or Miko no You. You know? I think Miko RG really is all about the open mouth, you know. And I'm trying to figure out how I want to do that because I think that ends up just being very Coco, but, you know, at the same time, not really working very well. Miko no You. Yeah, I mean, that's good. Given that big old fat cheek there. Yeah, I mean, that could work. I think we definitely need to figure out with the head placement, but I like him being on the lower half of the emote. I think that that's going to be good. We fit this face into 14. The fact that it's cut off is going to add to the cute factor. So small, so full of rage. Yeah, that one's good. I mean, there's even an argument to having an accessory emote that is, you know, the finger. This reminds me a little bit, you know, the cat at the dinner table. Yep. That's him. That's exactly right. You got like your glasses over here. Oh man. Like, I'd like to eventually get to a point where we are making Coco versions of basically every meme, you know? I think that'd be cute. Yeah, we could do a Flustermark, Drew. Yeah, with this, I don't think it's needed. I think that this will be clear enough. If we were to pull this whole thing here to the right a little bit, you know, as far right as we can get it, it would also allow us to explain why this horn is not shown. We could definitely get it to a point where it's... That horn needs to be bigger for sure. You know, how do we want to turn this in a way, or do we want to turn it? You know, obviously that's not going to work, but allows us to get that sort of thing going on there, which giving us that extra real estate on the outside would be nice. I think definitely getting that line down first is important. And at what point does this just become a cat? You know, that's really hard to do sometimes, is because the silhouette is going to look very cat-like. I definitely think it's important to get roundness there. You know, there are a few things that we would need to do to make sure this works. It's much easier to draw the head than draw the face than it is to draw the head around the face. But we'll see. Hey, Lace to Hell, good to see you, man. 5 out of 3, we're close to drawing that wheel again.
You and me are gonna be best friends forever.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks for hanging out. Got our big announcement coming soon. It'll be tomorrow night. We do announcements every month, of course, thanks to our state of the stream meetings that we have with staff. Oh, geez. You're welcome to join us, of course, now that you're subbed. That'll be on January... Let me check. What day is that for? What is that meeting going to be? That is going to be on January 21st. Nice. It's going to be good, yeah. We'll have it on that night, 7 p.m. on the Discord. I'll make an event there so you can see it at the top. You think it would need to be careful with the 3-line side dash? We already have 2 with it for similar. Yeah, we do. I think we could even probably take them off of the blep. We'll see. Perfect. Just wanted to come in because I'm able to sub now. I'm up to some scheming, though, later. See you, Laced. You don't have to sub, though, brother. I appreciate it, though. Just hanging out is all I could ever ask of you. But good luck with your scheming. Let me know if I can help. All right, this swoosh, I think, is going to throw off what we're trying to do here. I almost think that we're drifting so far from this. This is just... There's something about this that feels very successful to me. Hey, kitty. Something about this that feels very successful. It also feels extremely Baru. I don't know what about it makes this feel like a Baru panda, but it does. I don't know how to explain it there. Any pandas in chat for reference? Because the Baru's pandas also have a flatter head. They're not round. Like Coco's head is almost perfectly spherical. Like you could paint Coco onto a golf ball. A little cotton ball actually would probably work perfectly. Just stick a little cones for his ears on a golf ball, and you probably have the perfect little Coco there. I mean, I think that's great. Honestly, we could take this one emote and then make a screaming version out of it as well. You have a golf ball? Do it, Emil. Do it. DL, the fucking laughing. Perfect. Yeah, if we're going to do Miko high, we definitely want him low. Neither of those layers are what we're talking about, though. We are looking at doing a Miko high remaster. You think we do the screaming is no you? Oh, I agree. 100% I agree. All right, let's see. I know we used to have pandas in our community. I don't think we do now. Someday you're not going to be able to go into any Twitch chat and not see fucking goats, man. That's what I want to see. Just be like, any goat boys in chat? Goat boys rise up, and then bam, spammed with chat. I want other streamers to fucking hate me because they can't stand looking at my emotes anymore. I'll take that burden any day. Any day. I don't need friends. Okay, let's take a look at this. Oh, what is this? There we go. I trust Panda. Yeah, the original for this is a little bit of what we're looking at. It's interesting how the head is shaped there. Interesting. Yeah, the concept we were going for here really wasn't necessarily that, but yeah, that has been what we were referencing a couple times. We're not far, actually, from what I'm seeing here. Yeah, it's not really the concept we're going for, but yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, let's think about it. If we want to do a Miko high, here are a couple things that I want to have. Let's do our notes on sort of the concept. Miko high, when we greet each other, this is the emote that we would hopefully see used. Now, this is not an emote that we have as a sub emote. It's not something that we have at all. Look at all these fucking warriors we got in there. Welcome. Some names I don't know. Nice. Good deal, dude. A couple of them I've seen before, though. Nice. Very good. Yeah, we've got Miko high in there. So this is an emote that we would use to greet each other. It's pretty common for affiliates to have a hello emote. It's a nice one to use for welcoming new people to the chat because hopefully that will happen. Popping in chat for the first time and then just seeing a fucking wave of the chat just getting spammed with an emote at you. Hi person is going to make them go, oh no. Out we go. Yeah, I'm really hesitant about doing anything that's going to like single out new people. We don't want them to be like, new person, we haven't seen a new person here in 3 weeks. Welcome. You know, too much fanfare when someone shows up and they're going to be like, oh, you people are fucking desperate for company. We don't want to be here. It's kind of like if someone shows up to a party and Someone shows up into a party and they're not allowed to just vibe out, you know? That's a problem. Yeah, that's not a bad emote at all. I really, okay, I'm probably gonna, it's not hypocritical for me to say this, even if I end up doing it later, but I am not a big fan of the holiday edits of emotes. I find most of the time they just become muddy or confusing as to what they really are meant to be, apart from, hi, it's a hand of Santa hat, or, you know, we turned this guy into Frankenstein. Very few times have I seen it done, or I think it was done well. It's cute. We'll probably end up doing it ourselves. But I'm not a big fan of them as much as I've seen them in other places. Not to respond to that specifically, but yeah, that's not a bad hello emote. Yeah, the Halloween ones are good. New people, get in the pool. That's right, Kitty. Just having the hand there can be good. I don't like emotes that have text in them as far as mine. So not saying that you're wrong, Liam. But literally just saying sort of what we want to do in our emotes. We don't want to have text. We don't want... I feel like that emote, if it did not have the text hi, it could look as a stop hand. Could look like a high five. It could be like, it could be misconstrued to be a few things. Not that that's a problem, you know, having an emote that can be a high five or waving is totally fine. I think the disembodied hand could be a problem in our case, because it isn't really, every emote we have so far is bodied, you know, everything is connected. Do we really want to do Miko high? I really don't know if this is an emote that's high value for remaster. Good night, Leandri. We could try Miko hands again. This is an emote that we've attempted like 8 times. Seriously, like 8 different attempts on this emote. Out hand should behind face? What? What the hell, Drew? What the fuck? Out hand should behind face? What is that emote? Oh yeah, that is a muddy emote. That is one that is barely recognizable at 112 pixels and is completely incomprehensible at 28. It has absolutely no meaning to, like, at a glance. Oh man. But that is a good example of the composition of, like, the face is half off the bottom, really pushed over far to the right. Yeah. Drew still has level 15 speech in Skyrim. Yeah, the W mouth really does look wonky on Twitch. I think that Mikowo would be a great one to redo. Our hand should be the far side of Coco. What the fuck, Drew? What does that mean? I am not doing nearly enough drugs to be able to understand this. Oh, dude, that guy. Yeah, no, we have that emote. You know why we have that emote, Miko Fun? We played Jackbox games. This was a year and a half ago. We played Jackbox games, one called TKO, and that was one of the designs from the shirt. Well, I took a screenshot. We actually made it into a shirt. Not only do we have that design, but if you look on the merch store, you can actually get a t-shirt that has that on it. As well as a mug and some other things, yeah. Yeah, it was a successful design. I would love to play more TKO. That was a ton of fun. And free merch. IDK had to say what? Oh no. Drew. Our hand should be the far side of Coco for high. And then he just laughs in chat. You need to go the fuck to bed. You need to go the fuck to bed, dude. You are drunk as shit. Something is fucked up in Drew's brain. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what emote's going to be like most useful to do a remaster of. I don't know if Miko High really is it. Because I can't really decide if I want one animated emote that the whole thing is there, or if I want to have an animated accessory emote like we described that is just waving. Look at that fucking dude's been working out. He's got that bicep going on right there. Fuck yeah, Coco. Good job, man. Get there. Mikobo is your master choice? Yeah. I think it might need to be. Mikobo is pretty widely used. It's my second most used emote behind Miko Belep, which was our most recent remaster. it would make sense for it to get remastered. Like, do we remaster stuff that's getting used but could be improved, or do we remaster the stuff that would be used if it was remastered? Let me take a look at my emotes again. I use the thing below stream there. Better Twitch. I mean, let's take a look at the Goat Boys tier 1. There's Mikowo. Miko Rito, I think, is fine as is. I don't think I would improve that by redoing that again. Thank you. Miko Salute, I think, is very successful. Miko Pop could use some work, but... yeah, Miko Pop could be remastered. Mikobo doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense as it is. I mean, if we have Blep, what does Mikobo mean? And this is something we talked about when we were doing Blep. I almost feel like Mikowo would be a little better if the emotion we were capturing was... I always think of this word, it's not what this word means, but coy. Blep can be used for a lot of things. Yeah, it's like a cat face. There is some overlap with Blep, and I think that that's fine. I think that that's fine. There's no problem with there being overlap. Blep is more of an active expression because we have the 3 lines that come off the front there, so it is more of an active expression. Whereas Mikowo is static. It's not, it's just how he is, you know? It is the effect of a cat face. It's just like that. It's my best cat face, by the way. It's the best you're gonna get until OnlyFans. All right. We do have a Miko Hewo as well, that guy. Oh yeah, we've got that one too. The fuck is going on in here? Yeah, we've got that one as well. So if we were to do Mikowo, you know? Couple things. Oh, nice, Liam. I love that. We can do emotes like that. I would love to have one. Because here's the thing. There are... the fuck is my mouse? Oh, that one's great. We could definitely use an emote like that. I wish they would give me my fucking animated emote slots, man. I wish they would just give me the fucking animated emote slots, because then I could actually work on making them. Yeah. But I was thinking about having emotes that are not just the Goat Boys, but are also my face, because we do have Miko Boy, we have Miko Lude. We already have those. Hey, Destiny Fire, good to see you, man. We're deciding which of our emotes we want to remaster next and then working on it, hopefully. I don't know if that's going to happen at this point. We're trying. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I had my animated emotes, man. They're not giving me the slots. It fucking sucks. Mikowo, I don't know what I would do other than just remaking the existing one to be within the style of the other emotes, you know? Give us the emotes, man. I know. I know. Gibby. I don't know. I almost feel like I want to work on a new one, but what new one would I do? Maybe we should make another hand emote. Maybe that should be our priority, is rather than remastering other ones, let's fill the open slots that we have, which includes getting some other emotes into those other slots, just the regular emotes, but also getting some other accessory emotes. Shall we make the thumbs up and thumbs down emotes? Shall we just do that? This rectangle needs to be, this is our view area, by the way. This frame needs to be in there because that's ultimately going to be the size of the emote. The actual canvas is, I think, 1,000 by 1,000. But this allows us to draw outside of it and then be able to crop whatever's inside later. There we go. But we need to always have that on if we're drawing an emote, because we need to actually keep it within there. Draw within this, not drawing within this. The lines end up getting pretty thick once we're in scale, by the way. I forgot about that. Because we do it on, actually, I think we did the emotes on 15. They get pretty fucking thick in there, nice. Do what feels good. Yeah, I know. I really do like the idea of Miko no you. I think that this emote. Yeah, it makes me laugh every time we do, and we are saying Miko no you all the time. It would be a great one just to toss into the next slot there, you know. Let's attempt Miko no you. Let's attempt it. Let's see what we can do with that. So the idea behind Miko no you. All right, good night, Drew. Thanks, man. Oh, the battle's ready. Hold on. Last battle. Let's get this battle in there so Drew can go the fuck to sleep, man. Hold on. Don't go to bed yet. Let's do this battle. Come on. Oh, we've done it. We've done it. In any case, let's take a look at Miko no you. I know I gave you guys the option for the poll in the end. I'm making the choices around here. All right. All right, turnip pin. There we go, perfect. All right, yeah, I think that's a good thickness. Yeah, that feels about the same thickness as we've had before. Okay, perfect. There we go, fucking Miko cat right there. There we go. Fucking Miko cat emote right there. Not bad. You're good with this? Oh, yes. Okay, let's go ahead and see how we want the head to do. We know that we want it to be about halfway through the frame. We know that we want his face to be right there. I don't know if all the way over to the edge. I think I definitely want some significant space here. And then we want more significant space on this side. So we're going to maybe do, if we were to do like third lines, face would probably be centered right here. It's probably where it would be. Well, I say that, the face really would be more like this, with the whole head going over like that. I think we really still want to use as much vertical space as we can, but then we still... And I really almost want there to be this sort of plumpness that comes out to the cheek. That kind of throwing it out like that, I think is definitely good. Is the shape separated? Yes. Yeah, I definitely think I like that idea. Let's take that. Oh, it isn't a vector layer, so that's fucked. We need to get rid of that. Do it again. It needs to be on a vector layer, otherwise it doesn't work. Oh, stop. Give me my pen back. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and see if we can get this... to have the, oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Really would like to extend that line. I think that's the best I'm gonna get there. I don't know if I want the horn to really go back that far. I think that could be good. Oh man. That's a pretty good horn right there. Yeah, I think that's fine. If we tried to bring in the horn here, that creates a really, it's a minor shape. These minor shapes right here are going to be a problem. We want to get rid of those. Coco Golf Ball is underway. Hell yeah, dude. Since he's kind of facing up, we want to let his hair tuft kind of show that off. Let's get rid of this guy. Get rid of that, see how the horn looks. I think we're gonna forego that. We definitely want to put this in as a reference layer. That way we should be able to cut up to reference layer, pretty sure. Nope, not gonna let me do that. Unless that was a vector layer itself, it would let me do that, but it's not, so never mind. There is no God, y'all. Okay, so we've got that. I think this definitely goes a little bit too far without being a horn. I think that it's gonna look very clearly that there should be one there. So maybe if we pull this over far enough, it will end up working out for us in the end. We'll have to see really how that looks. Again, we're going to crop it at this box here. That's going to be just fine for us. It will not be in the final image, but it does help us see where that frame is going to be. We're going to crop right to it. This tuft, I think, is not going to be ultimately successful, but that's okay. We're probably going to make one eye and then copy it over again, because if it's successful in 28 pixels on one side, it should be successful on the other as well. Okay. This is an issue right here. Fuck off with the pen. This is a big issue right here. This is going to be such a minor shape going on in here that we really do need the tuft to kind of either completely cut into it like that, which I think could work. It creates an insignificant distance there, which means this is going to get really muddy when it shrinks down. That's going to become very gray, and we're going to lose that shape there if we're not careful. Let me see if I can make that work. Oops. Okay, don't do that to me. You're being a bitch. Okay, should be able to get rid of most of this without much hassle. I think that will end up being very cute. Very cute. We just got to make sure that this ends up being a significant enough distance once we shrink it down, which I think is going to be an issue, but we'll also figure it out once we get there. If we're doing Miko no Yu, then I honestly think we even just get rid of the tuft and go on without it. I think that having that there needs to be based on the position of the eyes, not the eyes being based on it, you know, because I'm going to want to put one eye here, one eye here. I think that mouth is good. I think that mouth is going to be just fine. I think that's the right shape, the right narrowness, the right height. I think that's all going to be good. We don't want these eyes, though. We're not actually going to use those eyes, but that's where the position is. But if it's, you know, across here and then it goes up like that, not this size, but that shape, the brow comes very easily in like that, and then this one gets cut off pretty hard. So this right eye is going to be hard to make really visible. He's so angry. But this is definitely the concept we're going for. We could even blow these up if we really wanted to. This is the beautiful thing about vector lines, is that they scale. Is what's really nice about them. We could do that and it's in full fidelity. You know, if we wanted to go that route, which I don't. I do not care for that. Go ahead and get rid of it. That's really messy though. Ugh. There we go. Let me just get through all this real quick, trying to pick up any of the small pieces that might be left behind. Okay, and then what's our... Yeah, we're in the right tool. What we really could do is take a circle and then try and make the shape out of that. Because both of these shapes are going to be done from circles, actually. If we really could get away with that. Ellipse, we're going to fill with black. Yeah. Aspect ratio 1:1. Shape there. I thought we were able to fill the line. It's pretty sure you were able to do that before. I don't remember how now. Okay. Don't adjust the angle after fix. We don't need to do that anymore. I was sure there's a way. I mean, we could just go in and fill tool after we need to. But it is going to be important that we get kind of the right size, though. Remember, we're going to be cutting off the bottom half of this. And then we're going to have eyebrows coming in. I think that that's actually about the right size. If we were to control alt copy paste and then drag that over. Yeah, then we start running into some spacing issues. Ew, no. Make that the right... Oh, fuck. Not looking too bad, but comical. Apply transformation, new. Okay. Do we want to scale? Let's see. And we want to do the ratio. Keep aspect ratio. It should work. No. What is this doing to me? It's just the one eye. Honestly, let's just go ahead and get rid of that guy. Let's see. Delete layer. I'm trying to find that. We probably should just make one eye first. We know that we want to do a horizontal line, which if this was... Oh, no, it's not. Interesting. Wow. So in Photoshop, what you can do is if you start drawing and hold shift, it will be perfectly in line, horizontal or vertical. This really is kind of a good shocked face if we were to do this. Drag this guy over here. Almost like the fucking Pikachu face, except actually shocked. But once we get the... What is going on over here? What is everything on that layer? Yeah, it should be. Fuck, this is just not doing what I want it to do for now. Oh, I copied the little wrong layer. That's why. That's why I was so fucking confused. Okay, there we go. Let me grab, not the lasso, the marquee, which has the lasso in it. What is this already selected? Fuck off. Okay, we're gonna grab this guy. Are we though? No, we're not really. In any case, what we're gonna do is grab... You know what, honestly, I think both eyes should be done separately. Because I almost wonder if we could get away with doing something like that as opposed to just trying to make it like a vector and it's exactly, you know, that shape. And I do think that the eye is a little bit large. I think it works on this right side, but we really need to do it by the left side where we are much more limited in space. This is not going to let... Oh, it is. Now it's going to be... Now it's going to be proportional. See, that is much better. I think that that's going to be enough significant distance. That's going to be enough significant distance that we can get away with that. Put it up even a little bit more. We get a couple more pixels out of it. You may think at 500 ratio it's not going to matter. At 500 pixels it doesn't matter. It matters at 28, and at 500 you're going to not see the big issues yet. It looks like that Muppet where the mouth is an upside down U. Oh yeah, as if like this was closed, not open, but just this is this bottom lip. Oh god. Oh no, he's so sad. Because like we could get away with doing something like this where it does come in the half, then it goes down to this mark right here. Not that far in. We're really just trying to cut off parts of it. Starting to feel very Baru. I really do like the idea. Well, this would end up just doing the same thing twice. Really, it would just be like this over to the same marker over there on the other side. Is how we would do that face. That really isn't the eyebrow idea that we were doing, and we were definitely looking more at the idea that we were doing something like this. More like that. It really was this shape of the eye that was really triangular more than anything else. And then honestly, we could probably just do... Because this is how it's the circle. Like, you get that whole circle there, and then it cuts in like this and cuts in through the middle. And then it leaves that rounded edge there. This side ends up being the same thing, where it's cut in like this and then across, and we end up having this on the outside. That ends up being the eye. It's really not hard to make it. I mean, if we just took a second to make it clean, yeah, it would work out very well. But rather than this is, I think, going to be very difficult to do. I mean, we really could just literally copy and paste it over on the other side and rotate it, and it would end up being fine. But I think we end up with a whole lot more free space if we go with this shape. Because this shape is, I think, way too complex for what we're attempting to do here. Let's just stick with simple shapes. I think it's been very successful for Coco so far, is to stay simple. Part of the reason that we want to stay simple with Coco is I want other people to be able to draw him and draw him successfully. Like, I love seeing Coco doodles. Yeah, the squishy cheek is a very Baru thing as all. And we are trying to avoid having too much similarity. Like, there is always going to be overlap with cute cartoon chibi, character, especially if it's an animal, characterized animal. There's always going to be some overlap, but there are stylistic design choices that are very common throughout his emotes that you can avoid in your own that will help yours stand out a little bit. And ours is that we stick to very simple shapes for the most part. His are very hand drawn. They are very, that is a very Baru eye shape right there. Just gesture drawing. For us, it is very much based on the geometry that we want to have there. It's a very simple shape. Yeah, let's say just something like that is very effective. It's drawn quickly still, but it's based on the semicircle that we cut into. And it's a different approach than how it's done with his artists, which is important to me because it allows it to be different. Do you think other emote artists really care as much as I do? Do you think most Twitch users care as much as I do? I don't think so. I don't think it's a bad thing either. It doesn't really matter either way in the end of the day. People are happy using the emotes. They're happy using the emotes. That's all that matters. All right. I really should have copied that circle before doing it again. I really should have copied that circle before trying to do it again. Because now I got to like recreate that eye. No, stop giving him a nose. What are you doing? Fuck off. That's about right. That's about right. There we go. Okay, and over here we can go for this eyebrow, and then we go just straight across at the semicircle, which we want to be mostly horizontal like that. That's pretty good. Cut those off. Cut that off. But Miko, that's cheating. Yeah, fuck you it is. Hell yeah, it is. So that's pretty good. Very simple designs. Very simple shapes is definitely what we're looking for. I think it's the success. We really don't even need... Right now, I don't want the eyebrows in there. We really are just going for the... He's pizza. It's just pizza, Chad. It's just all pizza. Now we can go in with a bigger brush, bigger pen. You know, not like that big, but we can go in and really give him the eyebrows that we're looking for. You know, which will still follow the shape, but will be much thicker. We really could go in and probably have this line just do something like that. I do like that ability. You know, that's not bad either way. Monocle Coco was great. Oh yeah, it kind of was. Let's get back there. Can you tell I took a ceramics class? Fucking spoiling tea time. Monocle Coco. Like, I really do think that this just ends up being like a really dark mouth color. You know, it doesn't end up actually being like we don't give him teeth, though I would love to give him his little teeths. No, I think that we just don't bother with that. I almost feel like the hair tuft needs to be bigger. Just like really fucking get in there, you know? I'm not sure. I do know that we could probably get away with filling these guys. Can't fill a vector layer, I forgot. Can make it a reference layer though, and then fill the one below it. There we go. And then paint it in a little bit. It has a hard... The fill tool... Fill bucket has a hard time with corners, man. It's kind of obnoxious. Like, it defeats the purpose of how nice it's meant to be in this program, and that it kind of bleeds into the lines a little bit, so that you don't have to go and do line cleanup. But I find myself doing it anyway. I don't know if my settings are fucked or what. It's kind of obnoxious. I have to do touch-ups on the fill bucket anyway. There we go. I mean, I think it's cute. I think it's successful. It's working well here. I think it's going to continue to work well too. I need to thicken up some of these boundary lines, that's for sure. Kat says she... I mean, really, honestly, do we need to add eyebrows here? Because here's the thing. His eyes are black. What are eyebrows going to do? Add black, you know? Part of me thinks that this could be successful as is. If I were to also label this as a reference layer. Why could we only have one reference layer? Like, who decided that was a good idea? In what world is that a good idea that there's only one reference layer available at a time? Come on now. You should be able to check all reference layers. What it could do is add the two of these into a folder and make the folder a reference folder, and then every layer in there is also a reference layer. Get outsmarted, bitch. Okay, good deal, because then we can also just be like, bam, orange. Yeah, make that work. Obviously, the paint layer probably does need to be below these guys, so the lines show through. Me when Lothridge does something stupid in Zomboid. Nice. We yelling at Lothridge again? Good. I wonder what he's been up to. I miss him. Okay, don't tell him I said that. Fuck's sake. He's fun to play games with, though. Okay. So, you know, something about the head still doesn't feel right. A lot of this stuff feels really loosey-goosey. It feels like it's not really properly placed on his face. Mouth with tongue or no? Yeah, I definitely think so. You know, a lot of this feels like it's definitely a first draft. And guess what, chat? It is. Nothing that we're doing here is stuff that we're going to keep. This is all our first drawing. We're going to trade. What we're going to do is the same thing we did with this, right? We're just going to turn this into a blue layer, and then we're going to... Oh, geez. And then we're going to... and then we're going to trace over it again and do it better. You know? So that's going to be fine. But yeah, I do like the idea of there being the tongue in there. You know, we really could try and get something... we do, you know, like this stuff, there's merits to this, you know. 1 or 2 pixels of pink at the bottom. I think there's definitely that. The idea that he's... Oh. There we go. There's your emote, chat. Fuck's sake. This is why we can't have nice things, chat. It's all your fault. All right. Oh no, give me that pink bag, you fucker. Oh, there we go. Gene Simmons tongue? Yeah, dude, fuck that thing. I had a anyway, need I elaborate? No, Jesus, and I can't focus. Fuck's sake. In any case, yeah, I do think a little bit of tongue down there is going to help this not just look like a void. It is the one downside of having pure black eyes as opposed to Baru's, you know. Boop. And you just slap those onto literally anything, and it's instantly like, that's a Baru emote, you know. It does allow you to have a little bit of variety, and this is not just a black shape, but still. I do think it's good that we have a Coco yelling emote. We've needed one for a while. I think this really does capture the spirit very well of what I'm looking for. And goddamn, it's so simple. Like, look at this. Look how simple this emote is. I think it's going to translate very well into 28 pixels. If we can get these distances to work out a little bit better. This distance is concerning. This area up here is still concerning. This area feels misaligned. I think it's a situation where I need to move the mouth over. It's just mouth. Couple things where I think the proportionality is a little bit off. I feel like the face could even be enlarged, or maybe even the whole head line that we have here could be made a little bit taller, at the risk of potentially losing this curve. Even if we literally just raised it up a little bit. I wonder if that's possible. Nope, not you. You fucker. But if fuck off. God damn it. But if we were to just raise this up a bit, like just literally lift it, would we be able to get more real estate? Because I do worry about this being... no, never mind. That's dumb. I'm dumb. I do, however, worry a little bit about those distances. That's something that needs to be fixed for sure. But it's something I think would not be very difficult to fix. Do we lose something if we can't get the ear in? I agree that part of his branding is that we have his ear in there, but I think that we're going to find so many of these emotes are some of these close-up emotes are ones where, you know, you have enough of the quintessential that is Coco identifiers. His hair tuft here, which will always be present if his face is. The fact that he has a horn, at least one, maybe two, question mark. The solid black eyes, I think, are going to be something that's going to be clearly Coco, the round face. I think that there are enough Coco branding identifiers that we don't have to worry about him always having his ears cute as they are, you know? Which really, if we're talking about Gene Simmons' tongue boy, then he probably has ears that are Gene Simmons' tongue long as well, you know? You remember when we used to have Miko Blind? Dude, Miko Blind was a great emote. Here was Miko Blind. This was Miko Blind, man. What a great emote. And then this was his ear that's just flopped over his face and he can't see shit, Captain. That was Miko Blind, man. It was a great emote. This was him. It's so good. Miko VR? Oh yeah, man, you get him the fucking Beat Saber Coco, man. He's having a good time. it's clearly crooked. He can't see shit. Yeah, back when he had gray in his ears, we used to have it where his ears had a gradient to help differentiate between his chin and this area of his ear, where he had actually spots too. He had spots and speckles, almost like freckles on his ears. And it was grayer at the end, and it got lighter as it went up toward the head. Way too much detail. It never translated to the point that we just got rid of it in the end. Yeah, fucking Miko VR. That's not bad. Yeah, it was a cute idea, I think. It was one of those things that looks good in 112. It looks good in, 56 pixels, but at 28, it's incomprehensible. Nothing's clear. Just to fuck with Leandro, just every now and then you gotta do it. You gotta appreciate that the world is full of all kinds of noses, man. It's your typical Twitch chatter. Actually, this looks like your typical fucking Lalafell, if I'm being honest with you. Oh, that's a fucking nose. That's a fucking nose right there. Not sure how I feel about that one. Jesus. That's a fucking pug face right there if I've ever seen one. You know what I haven't drawn in a long time is a really, needle nose. When this has got that kind of, Jesus fucking Christ, just like that. Oh, that's, oof, wow. That's a sniffer. That's a sniffer. We've seen some sniffers in our time, and that's one of them. Fucking poor cat. She just hates the nose. Makes me laugh every time. Because it goes from definitely Coco to, who the fuck is that? Completely unrecognizable in an instant. I mean, the smaller the nose, the worse it gets. Oh, that's kind of cute, to be honest. He's not allowed to have a nose. You gotta be willing to go the distance, man, if you want to draw noses. You gotta appreciate there's so many different shapes, too, Fucking hate drawing noses in actual work. Let me be real with you. I think this is gonna go well. We're definitely gonna want a second draft of this, but I think I'm gonna walk away from it. Maybe flip it a couple times and see if the issues are glaring and obvious which ones they are. I think a lot of the stuff just needs to be shifted around from one place to another. But it's midnight, y'all. I'm fucking tired.
Mika would later regret that.
I would later regret being tired. I immediately regret being tired. I appreciate the bit, though. That's good. You're unlocking some of those accessory emotes. I'm getting out of here, y'all. Oh. Where am I? I'm missing. Hello? Bam. I'm back, bitch.